What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE teasing a Bray Wyatt return, did Conti cause an AEW couple's breakup, a top WWE superstar re-signs with the company, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check us out on TikTok. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at, is WWE teasing a Bray Wyatt return? Our first story today looks at the possibility of former WWE Champion Bray Wyatt returning to WWE. Now, this speculation has surfaced thanks to eagle-eyed viewers noticing something interesting on this week's edition of SmackDown. As SmackDown star Drew McIntyre was backstage, a bird could be seen in the right corner of the backstage area, and fans are speculating that this is one of Bray's puppets from the Firefly Funhouse. And the reason that this got fans excited was because Bray recently tweeted, "Don't worry, I'll feed your baby birds," a number of months ago. Could this be a start of a storyline which is going to see Bray return to WWE television and potentially feud with McIntyre? We all know by now that Bray has taken a step back from wrestling and he's set to feature in an upcoming horror movie. But according to a recent report from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Bray continues to be discussed backstage in WWE, but WWE have been told that Bray is done with wrestling, at least for the time being. The report added that Bray was enjoying a substantial $3 million per year contract, and this is likely why the justification of budget cuts was given to explain Bray's release. Bray has officially been a free agent from WWE since his 90-day non-compete clause expired on October 29th. He's been announced for the WrestleCon convention in Dallas during WrestleMania 38's weekend, but that remains his only commitment to pro wrestling at this stage. Is this a tease that Bray Wyatt's coming back? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Austin Theory wants a match with Vince McMahon. A WWE superstar, Austin Theory, has received a major push on WWE television as of late. When it was revealed that Theory had stolen Vince McMahon's golden egg at Survivor Series, this led to a number of high-profile segments involving the two, and even saw Theory receive a WWE title opportunity. During a recent interview with The Mirror in the UK, Theory stated that he's receiving a ton of knowledge from working directly with the WWE chairman. Theory would go on to state that he would love to face Vince or Roman Reigns in a 1v1 match at WrestleMania next year. Vince wrestled back in 2012 in a match against CM Punk on Raw, but with Vince now being 76 years old, Vince wrestling again seems highly unlikely. However, due to the unpredictability of Vince himself, fans have never truly ruled out Vince competing in the squared circle for one final matchup. Next up, Kurt Angle wants to come out of retirement for one more match. Our fans were extremely critical of Kurt Angle's retirement match in WWE. Angle would face Baron Corbin at WrestleMania 35 in a truly lackluster match, which failed to send out Angle with a match fitting his legendary career. Our fans had hoped that Angle would face his former rival John Cena, but obviously this never happened. But during an episode of the Kurt Angle Show, Angle was joined by Rey and Dominic Mysterio, and during the course of their interview, Angle revealed that he would come out of retirement for one more match. Angle stated that he would find a partner to face Rey and Dominic Mysterio in tag team competition. Angle and Rey had some tremendous matches during the Ruthless Aggression era, and both men have often cited their SummerSlam 2002 match as one of their all-time favourite matches. Angle clearly isn't satisfied with his match with Corbin being his last ever match, and Angle is therefore open to the idea of wrestling one final match in WWE. Is this the match you want him to go out with a bang with? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Sami Zayn re-signs with WWE. It was revealed this week that Kevin Owens has finally put pen to paper on a new WWE deal. Now, there were rumours that Owens was going to sign for AEW, but the WWE deal he was offered was said to be too good for Owens to turn down. But in relation to KO's longtime friend Sami Zayn, his WWE contract is set to expire between the end of 2021 and the start of 2022. However, according to Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it's believed that Sami has re-signed with WWE, although he's received no official confirmation from WWE themselves. Meltzer revealed, in conjunction with being featured more heavily on television, Kevin Owens signed a multi-year deal with WWE. There's also been locker room talk that Sami Zayn did as well, but WWE sources have not confirmed Zayn having signed to us yet. Sami has received a lot of television time as of late, including acclaimed segments alongside the Beast Brock Lesnar. It's also been rumoured that Sami is in line for another run with the Intercontinental title, which could imply that he has re-signed with WWE. If this is indeed the case and Sami has re-signed with the company, you think it's the best decision for him? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the original plans for SmackDown this week. As is common with most episodes of Raw and SmackDown, Vince McMahon likes to change the plans for the show just hours before the show goes live. This was once again the case on Friday during SmackDown. The initial plans for the show called for the match between the New Day and the Usos to main event the show. Whilst Reigns' segment with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar would open the show, due to the positive reception of Reigns' segment, moving the segment to the end of the show was without a doubt the best move possible. The segment saw Reigns fire Paul Heyman and deliver a Superman punch to his former advocate. Lesnar would then get involved in the layout of the entire bloodline. A sit-down interview segment with Lesnar was also planned for this show, but it never aired on television. It's unclear if this segment will air next week or whether WWE have scrapped the segment altogether. Reigns and Lesnar are set to meet at the Day 1 pay-per-view on January 1st for the Universal title. Are you guys looking forward to the match? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the original plan for the Money in the Bank match finally revealed. At this year's Money in the Bank saw Big E and Nikki Ash capture the Money in the Bank briefcases. However, according to a report published by Fightful Select, initial calls were to have Sonya Deville to feature in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The report states, "During the revolving door that was the SmackDown roster around Money in the Bank in July, we can confirm that WWE actually had graphics made featuring Deville as a Money in the Bank competitor. Of course, that didn't end up happening. This would have marked Sonya's first WWE match since SummerSlam in 2020, and if she was involved in the match, she would have most likely have been a strong contender to win the briefcase." Next up, Sammy Guevara breaks up with his fiancé. A reigning AEW TNT champion Sammy Guevara took to Twitter yesterday to sadly announce that he and his fiancée Pam Nizio have broken up. The statement read, "I know a lot of you have supported us for a long time and we have appreciated it so much over the past several years. Since you've all given us so much love and support, we figured we would owe it to you all to let you know that we're no longer in a relationship. We still love each other and wish nothing but the best for one another. We would appreciate your kindness and respect our privacy during this time." Now, no reason was given for the breakup, but we give our best wishes to both Sammy and Pam. And finally, Conti caused AEW couples breakup. Now, final story today takes a look at some of the fallout of Sammy and Pam's breakup, including an AEW star leaving Twitter. Following Sammy's announcement, Conti's name began to trend on Twitter. This is because there's an internet urban legend that both Tay and Sammy have hooked up. Now, although this has never been confirmed, Tay was getting a ton of abuse on Twitter and fans were directly blaming her for the relationship between Sammy and Pam ending, which is completely unfair. Social media can be a toxic environment and it's probably the best that Tay stays away from social media until the trolling comes to an end. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.